Hi Booktube! So I made the drive recently up to Seattle and I got some footage that I wanted to share with you along with of course the books that I picked up. I typically go up to Seattle I feel like once a year and I always like to do some book shopping and so I wanted to do some kind of introduction before I roll the film footage and then I will come back and share with you all the books that I picked up. Washington signs to be coming up. On the way to Seattle. Driving though and filming at the same time. That would be crazy. First stop of the day in Kent, Washington. Like a fun Halloween store. They focus on sci-fi, horror, and fantasy. False advertising. These are not books. Not even bookmarks. Kitties. I'm in Tacoma and I'm going to Washington's largest used bookstore. Cardigan latte with cardamom and vanilla with a Samoa donut. And I love a little memo in here. There's a little piece of the sound. Hi, Pipple. Such a pretty day. There's people practicing golf down here. It's like half park and half golf course. There's the parking lot, and then golf starts somewhere over here. And I saw a sign that it was a U.S. Open tournament spot a couple years ago, and I already forgot the name. Something Bay, something Bay. But the Olympic Mountains are right over there. Back in Oregon. Seattle can be a bit overwhelming compared to Portland. I feel like Portland is like the mini city compared to Seattle, because there's Seattle, there's Tacoma, and there's a bunch of other places all about. And this trip I focused on I guess like southern part of Seattle over through Olympia, because I was only there for a day trip. Luckily, I think Olympia is only 2 hours from me, so it's easy to start to get up there. But then once you get into the traffic part, then that's not so easy. And I've done longer trips before, but I just wanted to get out for the day since I had the day off and it was a weekday. I was like, why not? Yeah, it was lots of fun. But yeah, like I said, overwhelming with the amount of traffic and people and everything. But I enjoyed my time. So I got just a small handful of books, but my boyfriend picked up a huge stack of Fear Street books and things like that. He's been slowly recollecting, and I've been reading them too, so they're kind of mine as well. So I'm going to share them with you because they're lots of fun. I've been watching Cameron Chaney's Library Macabre booktube channel, where he is just like all about the 90s, and so it's been fun because I was watching him back in April for Old School April, where we were reading like childhood favorite books, and so that got me back into thinking about these kind of books. So as far as the books I picked up, I didn't do too much damage. I'm trying to focus on the books I own. I don't want to bring too many in, although I feel like, with me being on vacation, it's hard to resist. But going forward, I don't foresee any big trips, so this was reasonable. Yeah, but yeah, like I said, I have like 15 books or so that I've purchased this month. I'm not going on a book buying ban, but I'm just making more awareness of what I've been bringing in the house. Okay, so this is the first book in a Big Sky novel, and there's stickers right on the title, so I can't exactly read what this says. Delectable, by Adrienne Lee, and this was for $1, so I was like, and it sounded intriguing, but this is taking place in Montana. There's a Montana real estate agent will tell you that the most important thing is location, location, location. It's a lesson he learns all too well when he goes incommunicado for a 4-week fishing trip to Alaska. While he's away, his mother turns his office into a pie shop, as you do. She's always dreamed of Big Sky pie, but that's not the only surprise in store for him. On her way out of town, Callie only wants to say a fond farewell to her beloved mother-in-law, but soon she's persuaded. Molly, the pie shop owner, has persuaded Callie to stay and lend a hand at the new shop, even if it means heating up the kitchen with her soon-to-be ex. Okay, so some kind of like location-based contemporary romance. So yeah, this looks like lots of fun. I've never heard of this author or this series, and so thought I would give it a go. And then speak of like nostalgic children's books, I found a Sweet Valley High book. This is number 44, Pretenses, and it says, is someone coming between Kara and Stephen? And Stephen is the brother of the twins. There's that. And then Just Dial a Number by Edith Maxwell. A prank phone call leads to terror. Another one I've never heard of before, but I like how it has like the extension cord. The old like winding, kind of remember like winding my finger around it as I was taking calls back when I was a kid. And this came out 1972 or 1971, and this edition is from 1988. And then I found some Sweet Dreams books. I didn't read these as a kid. I saw them at my library and stuff, like stickers right on it. I can't read the title. Oh my goodness. This is This Time for Real. This is book 145 in the series, and I've read a couple of them. This is by Susan Gorman. I've read a couple here and there when I find them, but they're kind of hard to find because these came out in the 80s too, I believe. Well, you can kind of tell by the cover art. But this one came out in 1988. Yeah, and it being from number 145, like the first one probably came in like 1980 or something. And then we have 129, A Vote for Love by Terry Fields. These are all part of the same series, but they're all different authors, along different characters, and I think it's just the theme of it being like girls that are teenagers, I feel like, is what's going on here. And then the last one here is a Babysitter's Club book, the Portrait Collection, Dawn's book by Anne M. Martin. I'm slowly making my way through the Babysitter Club series, and I have a couple of these on my shelf. And I had one I read and I got rid of it. Wish I didn't do that. I had Mary Ann's book, but I'm like, I have two on my shelf and now I have this one and I need to recollect that one. But I'm gonna get to these once I get to them in chronological order of the series. Right now I'm on book 50, I think, for Babysitter's Club, so I have a ways to go. But these are fun. The one I read includes lots of artwork. So let me see if this one, yeah, it has really cool drawings, kind of like a scrapbook in a way of each of the characters. And so yeah, it's lots of fun. And then there's some of their own, like their own handwriting that you see in the special editions. And for anyone who don't know, like the Babysitter Club, Dawn is the one that's from California, and she moved to Connecticut after her parents' divorce, and so that's why there's starfish and things on the cover here. So those were the books that I picked up, so reasonable. And then as for all of these like R.L. Stine Fear Street books, like I said, there's quite a few with these annoying stickers. But this is First Date, kind of like a scary cover. This one says, that's when he always kills them. Okay. I wish these were numbered. They're not. So I have like the Goosebumps books are numbered, but not the Fear Street books. This is The Taste of Night. This is like a vampire book. I had no idea. There's like teeth on the mouth of this one. I had no idea he wrote vampire books. This is Dangerous Girls book 2. Okay. Then there is Goodnight Kiss. Oh, another vampire book. This is the collector's edition. It includes Goodnight Kiss 1 and Goodnight Kiss 2. Oh yeah, there's a step back here. Does this one have a step back? I don't think it does. No. Okay. So yeah, he's written at least 3 vampire books. Then there is The Girlfriend, with like the raised letters and the shiny writing. This one says, when she was good, she was very good. But when she was bad, she was murdered. She was murder. Okay. So yeah. This one looks like fun. Then we have the Fear Street Saga, book 1, The Betrayal, where the terror began. And I think these were the inspiration for the movies that came out on Netflix a ways back, a couple years ago. I think these were inspiration for it. Okay, and then there is Call Waiting. Someone just put Karen on hold permanently. Then there is the Cataluna Chronicles, The Deadly Fire. It says, dying in this car is no accident. And so this looks like it's part of a series too. No idea, but it's a Fear Street book. And it's funny how like as these go on, like the R.L. Stine name is like the one in the the giant big letters, and then the Fear Street is little, when it was like the earlier books, it's reversed. Then we have what Holly heard. It was too shocking to tell. Then there's a Ghost of Fear Street book, How to Be a Vampire. Here's another vampire one, How to Be a Vampire. It's a big pain in the neck. These kind of like goofy, like more like the Goosebump books than Fear Street. I didn't read I read the Fear Street as a kid. I didn't read these Ghosts of Fear Street. This one's in rough condition, but I was like, oh, it can be a reader copy. I can just like tape this up because it's not broken off, but the cover part is. And then when I find a nicer copy, I can just replace it because these are hard to find. So at least I have the words. This is Night Games. Nighttime is the right time for trouble. I love the little taglines. Then we have The Babysitter 3. He Still Wants Her Alive or Dead. Another kind of series. I don't think I own either one or two. But yeah, I like the cover. Okay. And then there is Superstitious. And this one was giant, R.L. Stein, in bold there. And this one I found in the adult horror section. And the one bookstore I went to, the very first one I was showing you, where it focuses a lot on horror, and especially there was a lot of like sci-fi books, like old sci-fi books. But I know like there's like those are all reminding me of like Michael Cavon kind of books. But I don't know enough. And same as like with the adult horror, like I know the newer published books just from seeing them talked about on BookTube, but I haven't read many. They just don't interest me as much, I guess. But yeah, when I was walking to that store, I was like, I really need to know a little more about the, like not Stephen King or Dean Koontz. I'm talking like I know those authors, but I just want to, what else is out there? Because there's like a plethora. But yes, this one says terrifying moves along at trip hammer speed, and that's blurbed by James Patterson. But it says always whistle past a graveyard, never buy eggs after dark, sneeze on Monday, sneeze for danger, sneeze on Tuesday, kiss a stranger, sneeze on Sunday, your safety seek. Okay, so something's going on with these superstitions. And there's like a black cat on the cover. And then this last one, switching from like, I don't know, this was in, like I said, it was shelved in the adult section, so I don't know how much that is true or not. But then going to like a kid's kind of book. This is the new Ghost of Fear Street series. The terror is building. What's the title here? It's Caution, Aliens at Work. Another kind of goofy story with a sticker right on the cover here, but we will see. And so, yes, those are all the books I picked up. I feel like every time I go, I was like, I need to make more trips to Seattle than once a year. Because there's so much to see up there. My favorite parts is going on the west side up into like the islands past like going towards Port Townsend and things like that, like the more quieter uncity, like the non-city parts. And then the last time I went up, I stayed in Issaquah, which is east of Bellevue. Again, more of like the quieter area, like towards the mountains. So the city part, I get my fill of it pretty quickly, but I do like exploring it. But I just feel like I need to go more often to familiarize myself and be more comfortable with it. But yeah, it was lots of fun, and I had a great time sharing it with you. But I will talk to you soon. Thanks, BookTube.